Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. Today is pack number 3 in my science project of cracking the packs from my Magic the Gathering Theros Beyond Death bundle. Check out my preview video for the explanation on how this science project will test the theory to see if I can open cards with value greater than the $30 I spent on the bundle. I've added the link to my Magic the Gathering Theros Beyond Death bundle preview video in the description below. Just as a reminder, I am mainly a casual, and let me stress the word casual, Magic the Gathering player. So as I open the pack, my commentary will be focused from a very, very casual Magic player viewpoint. I think it's kind of a unique spin on rating Magic cards. After I open the pack, I'm going to choose the best card of the pack. Maybe you might agree, or maybe you won't, but at least it will be fun. So I've already opened the first 2 cards out of the bundle. So I've got number 3 here, and as you can see, numbered all the way to 10. So we're going to focus on opening number 3. I already got a mythic so far, and hoping for something really good out of this pack. Let's go ahead and open it up. These are the American packs versus the Japanese manufactured packs. I've already noticed with the American packs, the cards seem to be darker, a lot darker in color and vibrancy than the Japanese manufactured packs. All right, so our first common is Discordant Piper. For 2 mana, 1 and a black, you get a 2/1 Zombie Satyr. When Discordant Piper dies, create a 0/1 white goat creature token. So this is a pretty good card for a common in certain decks, mainly in the sacrifice. So I've used it in mono black and also black red. It's great. You have 2 sacrifice outlets. You have this, and then when it dies, you get a 0/1 goat. So I like it in kind of that sacrifice theme. It tends to give you a couple of creatures to sacrifice to advance whatever, shenanigans you're going to pull. Next card, Indomitable Will. 2 mana, 1 and a white. It's an enchantment or has flash. When you enchant, the creature gets +1/+2. I'm not so high on this. I've played it a couple of times, flashed it in. The problem with +1 for power is that sometimes in white it doesn't give you enough power to kill the creature that's blocking. The +2 is nice, but usually with a combat, I want to take a creature out, and this just doesn't do it. Next card, Temple Thief. 1 and a black, you get a 2/2 human rogue. Temple Thief can't be blocked by enchanted creatures or enchantment creatures. At first I thought this was going to be good with all the enchantment creatures running around, and it would basically be an unblockable 2/2. Problem is, there's a lot of creatures that can block it, and 2/2 for 2 just gets outpowered really quick in Theros. Okay, next card, Fruit of Theros. 1 black mana for a sorcery. Target player loses 2 life. You can escape it for 3 and a black. Exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. I don't like this card. Haven't seen a benefit either when it's played against me or when I play it. Don't like it. Okay, next common, Aspect of Manticore. 2 and a red, you get an enchantment or flash it in. The enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn. It also gets +2/+0. This one I don't mind versus an Indomitable Will. Flash it in. It's going to buff the power of your creature and give it first strike only for that turn. It's the combat trick I like. If they block, I'm going to take out their creature. If they don't block, I'm going to add 2 more damage. So I find it to be a lot better in aggressive deck versus Indomitable Will. Next common, Nylea's Forerunner. 5 mana, 4 and a green. You get an enchantment creature beast. It has trample. Other creatures you control have trample. It is a 5/3 body. I do like this card when I'm playing red, green, or mono green, or even green, black. Giving other creatures trample helps put through that extra damage and can win you some games. Witness Tomorrow. 5 mana, 3/4 flyer enchantment creature Sphinx. For 3 and a blue, you can pay and scry 1. I do like this a little bit. I think 5 mana is a little steep. Does give you a 3/4 flyer that blocks just about everything. The scry ability for 4 mana is nice, but I guess I'm a little used to paying 4 mana and drawing a card. So I'm kind of okay with it. Next common, 3 mana, you get a Hyrix Tower Scout. It's a 3/3 human scout. When it enters the battlefield, untap target creature. I like this a fair bit, especially in a green-white deck. You'll attack in, they block, they don't block. You play this guy, you untap a creature. Virtually, you're giving one of your creatures vigilance. A 3 mana 3/3 is decent stats in either draft or just playing some casual Magic. Next card is Riptide Turtle. 1 and a blue, you get a turtle, a 0/5 defender with flash. I like this card a fair bit, especially in a blue-black deck or a blue-white deck where I'm trying to be controlling and make it to the end game so I can slam down like a Dream Trawler or play a Nightmare Shepherd. It blocks a ton. There aren't too many things that get through it. It does get really sad if you're playing an opponent that's playing a Moss Viper or something with Death Touch, because then you only get a block one time, and then your stall game may not ever happen. Okay, next card. Underworld Rage Hound, 2 mana, 3/1, Elemental Hound. It attacks each combat if able. You can escape it for 4 and 3, exiling 3 other cards from your graveyard. When it escapes, it gets a +1/+1 counter. I like this card in a red aggro deck. Either red-green, red-white. This card can be a beating. You attack in. It's going to take out one of their bigger creatures. I like it because if it dies to a 1/1 or a 2/1, I can bring it back and it's a 4/2. Basically, it's a red creature that's attacking every time and a removal spell because you can't just sit there and keep taking 3 damage and then when it escapes, 4 damage. First uncommon is Stinging Lionfish, 1 and a blue. 2/1, you get an enchantment creature fish. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, you may tap or untap target non-land permanent. Like I've said before, I just can't seem to get the blue-red deck to go. Either in draft or in kind of a fun blue-red spells standard casual deck. It just hasn't done anything. It's not a card that I'm really high on, and I really don't anticipate using it much, not even in draft. I just can't seem to find a blue-red deck that's got enough spells that it really matters. Okay, next uncommon, Mirror Shield. 2 generic mana, you get an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +0/+2 and has hexproof. And whenever a creature with Death Touch blocks or becomes blocked by this creature, destroy that creature. Has an equipped cost of 2. I am not high on this uncommon either. I've had it once. When I did play it, they didn't have any Death Touch on their side or Death Touch on my side. Sure, it gives you a blocker. But it's not the sort of card I want to play in my blue-black, blue-white kind of stall you out, control you deck. So I'm really struggling to find what sort of archetype this card really fits into. Okay, last uncommon is Hydra's Growth. I think it was Pack 2 or Pack 1 I talked about this. Haven't been able to play a ton with it. I really want to. It seems like a really fun card for 3 mana. You put it down, you put a +1/+1 counter on the creature. Then every upkeep, you double the number of counters. I'm just afraid either my creature's going to get bounced or get killed, and I'm not going to be able to double the counters. Right now, the format doesn't really have a great blossoming defense type card for 1 mana to protect the creature. Unless I'm playing in some sort of combo, maybe green-white, where I've got a God's Willing. Really want to play it, but I haven't yet really found the opportunity to do it. Okay, the rare. Our rare is land, Temple of Malice. So it's one of the dual lands. Enters tapped. When it enters, you scry 1, and then you can add a black or a red. I like the temples. The standard casual format is going to be a little bit slower, I feel. And so having this is really nice. You play them, you scry, you set up your next draw, then you're able to tap it for one of the other colors. I do like the temples. I think that they're pretty cool cards. And they tend to be fun and casual because they're not as expensive as the shock lands. They're not as expensive as some of the other rare lands. Temples seem to be pretty cheap, and as a casual player, I can get a play set them for maybe, under $5, under $4. So it makes it, worthwhile. And then we have our full art planes, and we have a human soldier. Seems to me that the human soldier is the most common occurring token. Okay, favorite card out of the pack. You know, based upon my experience thus far, I know this is going to sound a little goofy, but in my opinion, my favorite card out of the pack is Riptide Turtle. I love that it has Flash. I love that it has Defender. I like playing blue decks. I like playing control decks. They're either blue-black, blue-white, Esper. I even have a deck that I really love to play that's what I call blue-green butts. So it's basically a big butt deck where I have 0 or 1 power and I play assault formation. So I'm attacking in and dealing combat damage equal to my toughness. A 0/5 turtle for 2 mana is the type of card I'd love to play in that deck. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it. Please subscribe and share. Until next time when I crack pack number 4 from my Magic the Gathering Theros Beyond Death bundle, remember, this is for science.